Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank and Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Life can get pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives. Your pantry's stocked too fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a checkmark. All in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today, and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregates, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dog. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
After 44 years at Ponca High School, there is a new girls basketball coach for the first time since 2016. Vermillion Tanagers, on their girls' side, begin their season 3-0 and look to take on their rival from the south and across the state, the Ponca Indians. And welcome to Ponca, Nebraska, here on this basketball evening. It's Thursday night for some high school hoops between the Vermillion Tanagers and the Ponca Indians. And let's begin, before we start more about this Vermillion girls basketball team, as we just said, 3-0, and already off to a good start when it comes to the DAC-12 after their victory against West Central. But as I just mentioned, the Ponca Indians, longtime head coach for, at one point, assistant football coach, assistant boys basketball coach, head coach for track, Robert Hayes has done it all for the Ponca Indians, including leading the Ponca Indian boys basketball team to a couple different state title victories, and in 2012 finally hung up the whistle and called it quits. But 4 years later, the Indians were in need of a girls basketball coach. Insert Bob Hayes once again, and for the past 8 years he has been leading the Indians to one after another state tournament bursts and another couple state championships for the Ponca Indians. But this year, things are a little bit different, including Bob Hayes is no longer with the program. He did retire for a short bit of time before he found himself in the state of Iowa, taking over as the assistant athletic director for Sergeant Bluff. But that now means there is a new man in charge of the Ponca Indians, insert head coach Chad Clay, who also comes from the state of Iowa, where he has been at Akron Westfield for the past 4 years, and now is trying to turn over this Ponca Indians team that last year, the final year for Bob Hayes, it saw the worst girls basketball record for the Ponca Indians, just 8 wins a year ago for the Indians group, and they're certainly continuing to dig and regroup after not only the retirement of Bob Hayes, but also moving conferences. The Ponca Indians, formerly in the Lewis and Clark Conference, have now moved over to the Mid-State Conference in the state of Nebraska, and also still remain in the C2. But this conference they've moved themselves into a little bit tougher of competition. And as we mentioned, things trying to remain a lot the same for this Indians team. of what they did with Bob Hayes, but also a new little spin with head coach Chad Clay taking the reins. Speaking of the pregame show, we're going to sit down a little bit more later on with Chad Clay and talk about his program, where they are at, and how they continue to build for the future. The Ponca Indians come in 2-3 on this season. I'm Heath Nimke, the voice of the Tanagers. Cole Larsch is coming up here in just a little bit to dive more into tonight's matchup. But let's flip the script now over to the Vermillion Tanagers. It's been since February 13th of last year, or I should say of last season, still of this year in 2024, but again, February 13th of last season was the last time the Vermillion Tanagers lost. They are off to a 3-0 start this season, which has put them towards the top when it comes to the region standings. Now, they still remain at number 1 when it comes to the media polls. Again, they grabbed 14 first-place votes, not the unanimous number 1, as Sioux Falls Christian did grab a first place vote in there as well. But as we know, when it comes to this Region 4, it's so difficult. But after that victory for the Vermillion Tanagers against West Central, they moved all the way up to the number 2 spot now in Region 4 with 46 seed points. Sioux Falls Christian does still remain ahead. Sioux Falls Christian, by the way, is also 3-0 on the season, along with the Vermillion Tanagers. And it's going to be kind of a talking point for tonight and coming up for the rest of the next couple of days. Again, this Ponca team that has been down the past couple of years now, but still is always a tough challenge for the Vermillion Tanagers. And then it is the Vermillion Boosters Classic at the Sanford Couch Sports Center coming up on Saturday. It's one of the final games there in the SCSC, taking on the number 1 team in Class 11, or excuse me, in Class B, the Centerville Tornadoes. That one's going to be a very good matchup for the Vermillion Tanagers. So how do they navigate the rest of tonight and moving into Saturday, trying to make it to 5-0 on the season? Look back at that West Central game. It was probably the most complete game that we have seen from the Tanagers so far this season when it comes to not just their shooting, but the way they were able to generate points. We saw in that first half, they went 8 of 14 from the three-point line, and then into that second half, they were really able to dominate inside the perimeter and really control the game inside there. And again, their defense helped out once again, of course, with this big three. We saw them hit double figures for another game this season. So again, inside out offensively and defense really shutting down the West Central Trojans. It was a complete performance by Vermillion. The question is, can they keep that rolling? Again, it was less than 48 hours ago that they were playing against the Trojans. How do they get ready for this Ponca Indian team? And again, the number 1 team in Class B, Centerville, coming up on Saturday. It's time for our first time out. When we come back, we're going to switch a little bit more over to the Ponca Indians, take a look at their 2-3 season so far, and we'll sit down with Chad Clay. And a little bit later on, we'll join with head coach John Brooks and talk about his Tanagers that are off to a 3-0 start and what he expects to see from a tough Ponca Indians team. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
This is the Tanager pregame show here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live, as we're diving more into the pregame show as it's time to get into our coaches' interviews. Coming up a little bit later on, we'll have head coach John Brooks of the Vermillion Girls talking about their performance against the West Central Trojans and how they get ready for the Ponca Indians. But right now, it's time to get to first-year head coach Chad Clay of the Ponca Indians as he replaces longtime head coach Bob Hayes of the Indians. Now, there's a lot of expectations for his group, but one thing about this group is they are on the younger side, if you will, and also changing conferences, moving out of the Lewis and Clark Conference. This has been so far a little bit of a tough stretch for the Ponca Indians team. Again, they won 8 games last year, and coming into this season, they are beginning 2-3. Now, they are 1-0 already in Class C2 in District 8, entering into tonight's contest. Their last victory on Tuesday was, or I should say the last game was on Tuesday, where they lost to Laurel Concord Coleridge 48-34. Their last win actually comes a week ago tonight when they beat Randolph 59-10, and again opened their season with a victory back on December the 6th against Hartington Newcastle. But a game tonight and a game tomorrow for the Ponca Indians. It's definitely a busy stretch for this team before they hit the holiday break. As I mentioned, able to catch up with head coach Chad Clay to talk about his program, what he would like to do with the Ponca Indians, replacing a head coach like Bob Hayes, and how his team continues to build, and it will continue to build over the next couple of months. And, of course, how he gets ready for the Vermillion Tanagers. Here he is on our pregame show. It's first-year head coach of the Ponca Indians, Chad Clay. Coach, getting ready for this matchup against the Vermillion Tanagers, but before we talk about this matchup against Vermillion, if you will, Coach Clay, can we talk about yourself as a coach? Because the Ponca Indians, when it comes to girls basketball, seem to be known by one man. That man is Bob Hayes. Illustrious career with the Indians, a long winning career there, winning state championships, and now you have to replace him after he decided to retire. How has that process been for you as a coach, trying to replace such a legend of Bob Hayes?
Yeah, it's been great so far. I mean, I don't think you're ever truly going to replace Coach Hayes. So with that, he's been very supportive kind of in the transition process here for us. We have a very good group of girls to work with, and we're just trying to keep getting better day by day. Pretty young nucleus we have. So right now, we're kind of in a spot where we're just day in, day out, trying to get a little bit better, and then hopefully be peaking at the right time towards the end of the year.
Yeah, I can completely agree with exactly what you're saying there, of just keep everything, it's now my team. I'm going to make it a different little bit of spin to it, but yes, at the same time, keeping a lot of things the same, because as you said, Coach, and like you said, you're well aware of it, all the state titles that Ponca's either won or competing at the state tournament in the state of Nebraska. Such a competitive team year in and year out. Now, coming into this season, we saw a little bit of a downturn just because of girls graduating, younger players starting to come up last year, and maybe even a little bit into this year as girls continue to get more experience. How have the first few games been so far for your group, coming in with 2 wins and 3 losses against the Vermillion Tanagers?
Yeah, as you said, 2-3 right now. Pretty young team in. Unfortunately, we don't have a ton of girls out either, but we have 3 freshmen, 4 sophomores, then 3 juniors and 2 seniors. So we really just kind of, unfortunately, a little short-handed right now, but the girls are working hard. They're doing everything they have to. And right now, we don't have kind of the lineup they had a few years back where they had 3 6-footers and were able to do some different things. But we're just trying to chip away and do things the right way, and then hopefully, a couple of years from now, we'll be in a spot where we're playing in those big games.
Well, let's break it down a little bit more with this Vermillion team. They have some great talent, including a couple of seniors on their squad that are going to play at the next level. They have a freshman point guard that she has been the rule of the roast over the past couple of years now for this group with the Vermillion Tanagers. On film, we call them the Big Three. How is the game plan set to try to slow down this Big Three? Because you can't stop them, but just try to eliminate as much scoring from them pouring it on, if you will. How do you stop that as a coach, and what's the defensive strategy there?
Yeah, we're going to have to change a few things up. We'll change up defenses, hopefully, at times to hopefully, keep them a little bit more honest. But like you mentioned, at times we are just going to have to do a better job of just mitigating some of their easy buckets and then getting after them and hopefully just making things tough on them, where we're not going to be able to take away everybody, obviously. So we're still kind of working out all of our matchups. So we played last night, had another opponent, and then me and the assistant coaches have been looking at a little bit of film and how exactly we want to match up tomorrow. But we will be hopefully throwing a couple different looks at them at times to try to, slow down their big three, because I don't think, obviously, you're going to be able to fully stop any of those three.
Yeah, they've been a good three over the past few years, and they're, of course, looking to repeat as state champions. Offensively for you, we've already kind of talked about it. First, we got to stop. We got to go on streaks or eliminate the droughts. We can't just score 4 points in a quarter. So what's maybe your little bit more perspective on offense against the Vermillion Tanagers? Do you try to attack the inside, which Vermillion does have size, or do you step out, shoot the three? What's your offensive perspective going up against the Vermillion Tanagers?
Yeah, we hope to have a little variety of both, to be completely honest with you, where we, as a whole, have to do a better job of attacking off the dribble, getting the paint, having a couple girls with more.
A couple of years now for this group with the Vermillion Tanagers. On film, we call them the Big Three. How is the game plan set to try to slow down this Big Three? Because you can't stop them, but just try to eliminate as much scoring from them pouring it on, if you will. How do you stop that as a coach, and what's the defensive strategy there?
Yeah, we're going to have to change a few things up. We'll change up defenses, hopefully, at times to hopefully, keep them a little bit more honest. But like you mentioned, at times we are just going to have to do a better job of just mitigating some of their easy buckets and then getting after them and hopefully just making things tough on them, where we're not going to be able to take away everybody, obviously. So we're still kind of working out all of our matchups. So we played last night, had another opponent, and then me and the assistant coaches have been looking at a little bit of film and how exactly we want to match up tomorrow. But we will be hopefully throwing a couple different looks at them at times to try to, slow down their big three, because I don't think, obviously, you're going to be able to fully stop any of those three.
Yeah, they've been a good three over the past few years, and they're, of course, looking to repeat as state champions. Offensively for you, we've already kind of talked about it. First, we got to stop. We got to go on streaks or eliminate the droughts. We can't just score 4 points in a quarter. So what's maybe your little bit more perspective on offense against the Vermillion Tanagers? Do you try to attack the inside, which Vermillion does have size, or do you step out, shoot the three? What's your offensive perspective going up against the Vermillion Tanagers?
Yeah, we hope to have a little variety of both, to be completely honest with you, where we, as a whole, have to do a better job of attacking off the dribble, getting the paint, having a couple girls with more of a back-to-the-basket game where we can establish that and keep them honest. And then, if they want to double down, play us a little differently in the post, or we get them kind of in a scramble mode where we're attacking off the bounce, then we can look for some clean threes. But I don't necessarily want us to be just chucking up 33s in a game either. But to just kind of answer the question would be hopefully a little bit of balance. But with that being said, obviously it's easier said than done. So we'll try to establish the paint as much as we can. And then when we're open from three, we got to be looking to take those, because I feel like we've passed up some pretty clean looks early on.
Coach, before I let you go, I want to get back to you as a coach and with your staff and with your team. Once again, that is first-year head coach Chad Calais of the Ponca Indians talking about how he's taking over this program, the things that he would like to change, which are very little, because he wants to continue that tradition of winning, which has been a long tradition here at Ponca High School, whether it's on the boys' side or the girls' side, of winning basketball games. Again, this is a younger squad, but still have a lot of girls out for the season once again. But it's going to be certainly a tall task trying to beat the defending State A champions from the state of South Dakota, the Vermillion Tanagers. Speaking of Vermillion, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll sit down with head coach John Brooks and talk about the nice victory on Tuesday, what his group expects to see from the Indians tonight, and how they get ready to finish off their weekend coming up on Saturday. That is all on the way next here on Live Ticket TV.
Winter inspection programs are starting now at all 9 of our Grosenberg Implement locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming. With harvest winding down, get your name on the list and have your equipment inspected and ready for next year. Put it on your John Deere multi-use account and get benefits of no payment, no interest programs for those that qualify. Then you can rest easy in 2025. Grosenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product. Go to grosenberg.com for complete details.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
This is the Tanager pregame show here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. As tonight, it's the single game between the Vermillion Tanagers and the Ponca Indians. Back on the pregame show, as we just sat down with head coach Chad Clay in his first year with the Ponca Indians, as he now replaces the semi-retired Bob Hayes, the former head coach here at the Ponca Indians, who retired at the end of last season. Now, Bob did come out of retirement. He did officially hang up the whistle, but is helping over in the state of Iowa as an assistant director for the schools of Sergeant Bluff currently at the moment. So good for Bob Hayes. It seems like he's one of those guys that can never just fully be done. There's certainly a few guys in Vermillion that are that way as well, that you just, once you get the bug to keep on coaching and keep on helping, that is going to continue to happen. But we get back to the Vermillion girls as it's time to catch up with head coach John Brooks, who sees his squad off to a 3-0 start. And after Tuesday's game against West Central, it feels like it was the most complete game from this squad, at least on the offensive side. And defense did a really good job of shutting down a few key players for the Trojans, which seems like it's putting the Tanagers in a very good spot going into a matchup like today and also getting ready for a huge game this weekend. I sat down and talked to John Brooks more about that performance on Tuesday and how they get ready for the Ponca Indians. Coach, get ready for the Ponca Indians, but first let's go back to the other night, Tuesday evening against the West Central Trojans. Through 3 games this season, what we saw against West Central, would you say this was your most complete game when it comes to what you wanted to do offensively and shut down the Trojans defensively? Would you agree that it was your most complete game?
You know, just looking at the stats, and that's what we talked about earlier, if you just look at the stats, they were really good for us. On the stat sheet, we shot 46 or 47% from the field. We were 11 of 20 from the three-point line. We were 10 of 11 from the free throw line. We out-rebounded them. We forced them into 20 turnovers, had 13 steals. So just a lot of really good things there. The one stat that stood out that we did not like is we had 16 turnovers. And I think that's the big point of emphasis to our girls is we're still working on our consistency. And we just went through some stretches there where we did not take care of the basketball, and that's when we did not look very good. But for the most part, we thought we played a pretty complete game.
Now you get ready for the Ponca Indians, a team that has been on the schedule for the past few years. Let's begin there. It seems like so often we see a lot of teams try to keep games within the state, but this game has now become a constant regular. You know, in years past, the Ponca Indians have always been playing either in the state tournament or for a state championship in Conference C2 in the state of Nebraska. They've been down the past couple of years, but why does this game still remain on the schedule year in and year out?
Well, I think it's, like you said, the competition. And I think anytime you can find a team that's 30 miles away and both teams are benefiting from it, it's a game you want to keep on your schedule. And we've had some really good teams, and they've had some really good teams, and it's just been some battles over the years. So it's been a lot of fun. It's somebody new that you get to play. You know, Bob Hayes was the coach there forever. I had a great relationship with him, and he is now retired, so they have a new head coach this year. And you know, hopefully we can continue that bond and keep playing them, because I know it's just been a really good game for both teams over the years.
I was able to kind of sit down and talk a little bit more with Chad Clay, the head coach of the Ponca Indians, and he talked about it as well. As you're never going to replace a guy like Bob Hayes, who led that team for not only girls but boys basketball as well to state titles. You talked about the relationship, and you've even been in that shoes at one point in your coaching career of replacing a coach that has won a state title. What's that like for Chad Clay, and how do you put your spin on what you want to bring into a new program that you're coaching for the first time?
You know, I think I always go back, you got to be yourself. And even though you're, like you said, you're trying to replace Coach Hayes over there who did it so well for so many years, you can't try to be him. And, you know, you got to bring what you really believe in and how to win games. And if you do that, kids will buy in. And the one thing is Coach Hayes created such a good culture over there that the girls are they're used to winning. They're used to playing hard, all those types of things. So as long as you're yourself, kids will buy in, and you take it from there.
Looking at this matchup when it comes to the Ponca Indians, this is a team that is younger, if you will. They have a little bit of experience back from last year, but maybe not the same numbers that we have seen from them in years past. Maybe not as tough as a team that we have come to expect from the Ponca Indians. Looking at the scouting report for Ponca, what should we expect from them offensively?
You know, they bring Elders back inside, and she's tough to deal with. So, you know, it all kind of starts with her. She can defend, she can rebound, she can score. So if we allow her to get going inside, that opens up their outside game. So we got to make sure that we're really helping on her in the post. And then they have the Keller girl back at point guard, a really good point guard for them that started for them last year as a freshman. So those are kind of their go-to right now. And like you said, they're young after that. They do have another senior in the starting lineup, but then they have some young kids, and they're bringing young kids off the bench. But they do have the Templeman girl back this year. You know, she's been unfortunately hurt for them the last couple of years, and she's starting to get her first minutes and coming off the bench. So she's a really good player off the bench for them. So really, they got pretty good balance when we look at it. But we definitely got to stop Ellers inside. If we allow her to get going, then they become a much better basketball team.
We always talk about when it comes to girls basketball, you set that precedence of if we can get to a certain score, we feel like we can win any basketball game. We've kind of talked about it at points here. That always seems like the number is 60. With the Ponca Indians, this is a team that doesn't score a whole lot of points. Besides their one game against Randolph when they put up 59 points, they average just under 40 points a basketball game. Do you feel like you could go through stretches like you did against Mitchell, where maybe scoring isn't at a premium, but still feel comfortable in a game like this at winning or getting to a point total of 45 and beating a team like the Ponca Indians?
Well, yeah, I hope scoring is not as hard as it was against Mitchell. We'd like to score at a little better rate than that, and hopefully we gain some confidence off the West Central game. We were able to put the ball in the hoop. So yeah, we definitely want to push the tempo and get the game going at the pace that we like. You know, Taylor does a really good job for us pushing the ball in transition. Our kids run the floor really well, so. We always start with defense and rebounding, and those games where you don't shoot well, like against Mitchell, if you defend and rebound, you still give yourself a chance. But we've been putting a big emphasis lately on practice on our offense. We want to be scoring the basketball. We want to be confident on that end, and that's how we've become a complete team.
You talk about pressing, and one thing that has been evident, especially against West Central, is the passing of this team. And more specifically, these passes are coming in hot. I mean, these are MLB pitches. This is looking like they're drop back, three-step fire downfield like a quarterback. Who is teaching these girls to pass the ball the way they are and with so much pace on it? Because it feels at times, if you're not paying attention, you might get your head taken off.
Well, it's been an emphasis, and that's what the old film session is for. Girls don't always like to see those things in film, but sometimes you got to see it. So we've been going over that. We've been putting a huge emphasis on our passing, getting the ball to good spots, getting your teammates in position to score. The one thing I do like is we are looking for those extra passes. And even against West Central, we had 17 assists, which is great to see. It means we're sharing the basketball. But like you said, we went through a stretch there where we turned it over too much, and a lot of it, we always say a lot of it now, turnovers don't a lot of times come from dribbling. It comes from bad passing. So we got to clean that up moving forward.
Coach, before I let you go, I want to step away from this Ponca game and maybe take an overall look at the week. We knew coming into it was going to be an intense week. You still have the number one team in Class B, Centerville, coming up at the end of the weekend. But going through these days, how have the girls responded to kind of practice game, going through film sessions? What's the week been like, and is the girls still feeling in the best condition they possibly can be going into an intense week like this week?
Well, that's what we're going to find out, and that's exactly what we told them at the beginning of this week. Is we're going to find out a lot about just our maturity, and if we're ready to play a game coming the next day, flip the script, get a new practice in, get a new scout in, and then be ready to go play again, and then have to do it again. So we're excited about that. As a coaching staff, we're excited to see how our girls respond tonight against Ponca, and we're going to be right back in that same boat tomorrow. We're going to have one practice on Friday, and then you got to get ready to go play Centerville. So. A lot of the week is still ahead of us, and we're going to see, how our team handles it.
Once again, that was head coach John Brooks here on the Tanager pregame show on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. Fans, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you have not shared out the link, if your people are looking for ways to watch tonight's game, make sure you can find it right here on Live Ticket TV. And again, also a reminder, the Vermillion Booster Classic coming up this weekend. There are 4 games happening at the SCSC on the campus of the University of South Dakota. If you can't make it to the Sanford Couch Sports Center for any of the games, including the 2 Vermillion games later in the evening, you can find all 4 games that do feature Crofton, Nebraska, Centerville, Mount Vernon, Plankinton, West Central, and Vermillion. All 4 games will be right here covered on Live Ticket TV. We have been doing that since the very first Vermillion Booster Classic, so we're glad to help out the Vermillion Boosters and have covered it every single year, and again, covering all 4 games coming up this weekend. But for now, we have a game tonight. The Vermillion girls taking on the Ponca Indians. Vermillion comes in 3-0 on their season, whereas the Ponca Indians are 2-3. I'm Heath Nimke. That'll do it for me on the pregame show. I'm going to step aside. When we come back, it's the voice of the Tanagers, Cole Larsch, who will get you set with the starting lineups and opening tap between the Indians and the Tanagers. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV.
Life can get pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a check mark, all in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Well, good evening and welcome inside Ponca High School across the state border of South Dakota and Nebraska, where we've got you some Vermillion Tanager basketball here on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me Heath Nimke, as we are serenaded by the sounds of the Pride of Ponca. I'm just going to call them that, as they're a very good pep band here tonight. Again, Vermillion Tanagers traveling and playing the host team, the Ponca, Nebraska Indians. For Ponca, we kind of heard it in the pregame show, thanks to Heath. He caught up earlier with head coach Chad Clay. A fairly young team in the midst of a very busy week. They come into this contest 2-3 overall. They come from Class C2 in the state of Nebraska, and they are currently ranked 31st in C2 with 41 seed point average. They're going to bring back Elsie Keller along with Jalen Templeman, going to be the two leading scorers, averaging 11.2 and 5.4 points a contest. Again, lost a lot of senior leadership, but they're also going to bring in some younger players from off the bench, Ava Brown, Emerson Elvers, Lakin Pfister, and among others. As I turn it over to my broadcast partner, Heath Nimke. Heath, we kind of alluded to it a little bit earlier in the pregame show, but this is going to be a young, maybe not inexperienced Ponca team, but definitely still young.
Yeah, you look at this Ponca Indians team, and even here at the high school gym, you can see a lot of state championship banners and a lot of state runners-up for both the boys and the girls. Multiple of those championships won by head coach Bob Hayes, but you have to look back to his final year with Ponca. Last year, they only won 8 games, the Indians did, and coming into this year, they only got younger. So this has just been one of those climbs for this group. They need to continue to build towards the future, and they're going to continue to do that. This is always always been a rich tradition when it comes to this neighborhood of Nebraska. A lot of great basketball teams, and Ponca Indians are certainly one of those. You just look forward to what Chad Clay is going to continue to bring with this group, and they continue to develop over the next couple of years.
And we look now to the away side of the scoreboard. The Vermillion Tanagers also in the midst of a busy week. Played Tuesday, play tonight. They'll play the number 1 team in Class B on Saturday. Going to be very important for them. Not only get the big win in this, but also kind of give yourself a chance, maybe rest a little bit there so you can kind of rest up for Saturday.
Yeah, really big game coming up here this weekend. Should be fun at the SCSC.
As both teams have wrapped up their warm-ups, we're going to step aside for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll have you your starting lineups and first half tip-off. That's on the way next. Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today, and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside Ponca High School as we had your starting lineups and your national anthem in that order. But we got the Ponca Pep Band playing their school song. Let's get you tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Vermillion Tanagers. Guard 5'8" senior number 1, Casey Hansen. Guard a 6-foot senior number 5, Maya Halverson. Guard a 5'5" freshman number 11, Taylor Roovers. Guard a 5'8" senior number 12, Madigan Wallen. And at guard a 6'1" senior number 33, Brooke Jensen. Doug Hansen, Carrie Jensen, Kelly Knutson are your assistant coaches. The head coach is John Brooks. And on the home side, the Ponca, Nebraska Indians. They will start with a 5'7" sophomore guard number 20, Elsie Keller, again leading scorer, averaging over double figures each game. A 6-foot senior guard number 24, Ava Voss. A 5'7" sophomore guard number 30, Jalen Templeman. A 5'10" freshman forward number 34, Ava Brown. And a guard, a 6-foot junior number 44, Emerson Ellers. Ryan Olander, Jared Curry are the assistant coaches, and the head coach is Chad Clay, as the Vermillion Tanagers in their road red uniforms, letters and numbers in white trimmed by black. They will win the tip and go left to right. Ponca Indians in their home whites, letters and numbers in blue with black and blue trim. Roovers at the elbow, over to Casey Hansen, left wing. Halverson now with 10 on the shot clock. Jensen right side, she'll drive middle, spin right, 14-foot pull-up jumper is off the mark. And the rebound is controlled by Ava Brown. She wants to push, going right to left on your screen.
Cole, you just mentioned something as well. You just said a moment ago, shot clock. That's something new that was introduced to the state of Nebraska, was approved over a year ago, but they just had to get everything implemented into the state of Nebraska. And again, that is brand new for this year. Ponca has had some difficulties with it throughout their season so far.
Ava Brown with the missed shot there as the shot clock was winding down. And now a minute into the ball game, we are 0-0 tied. John Brooks saying screen somebody there on that left side of the bench. Wallen has it. She'll skip it over to Jensen. Jensen will drive left. 10-foot pull-up jumper for Brooke Jensen is good. First 2 points of the ball game. Now a 2-0 lead for the away Vermillion Tanagers. They're going to put on a solo press as the Mighty Mouse Taylor Roovers comes up, and she will force a jump ball. And possession will stay with the Indians.
This is something that John Brooks does want to do. He talked about it a little bit in his pregame show as well. Is a team like Ponca that is down this year, don't keep them in the game early in this first quarter, or early even in the first half, and you can see it right away. They finally get on the scoreboard, but then bringing that full court press, really want to try to trouble this young Indians team and see if they can't get them into force some early mistakes. And you see it just like that, steal by the Vermillion Tanagers.
Yeah, trying to get inside of Brown, and Wallen just picked that one off. So Vermillion up a possession, will go back left to right. Casey Hansen to the top of the key. Takes a couple dribbles, tries getting it into Halverson, and it's tipped around, stolen away by Ava Voss. And she will bring it up the floor herself. Kick up ahead to Keller. And now they're going to say Keller drug her back foot there on that right block. And possession will go back to the Tanagers.
One thing you do want to make sure you get right if you're Vermillion is if you're going to work things quickly and go fast at this pace that they want to do tonight, make sure they avoid the turnovers. Had 16 turnovers in that game against West Central. That's one of the big emphasis yesterday at practice for Coach Brooks' group.
Roovers getting the design set play, now back at the top of the key. Now back right wing. Looking around now, we'll pass it to Jensen, trying to get it inside to Hansen. Poked away, but she gets it back. Out to Halverson, and then they're going to say that 3-second violation is the call on the Vermillion Tanagers. Possession back to Ponca. So with 5:35 to go in the first quarter, we are still 2-0.
This game right now, first 2.5 minutes, so don't overreact. But it is playing in the favor of the Ponca Indians. This is a team that does not score a lot of points, Cole, as we know, just averaging over 39 points a game. Their one big scoring effort they had was 59 against Randolph, but otherwise it's a very low-scoring Indians team.
Again, Ponca Indians, 38.4 points per game. They allow 32 a game with their 3-2 record. Vermillion Tanagers, 57 a game. They allow 45.3. A little turnaround jumper there by Ava Voss. She will get scoring started. Again, just averaging 4 points a game for her. But she ties things up 2 apiece. Jensen inside, lost it for a moment. Now a turnover and possession back to Ponca.
Continuing with this theme on the Vermillion offense of what they're trying to do so far this evening, they have not shot a single three. Cole, you may remember they were 8 of 14 in the first half on Tuesday night against West Central.
Timeout called by head coach John Brooks. We're going to step aside, take it with him. You're watching Tanager basketball.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the Tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Hey,
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box. Proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athletes.
Welcome back, Ponca High School, Ponca, Nebraska, for the cross-state battle between the Tanagers and the Indians. Seemed to be a yearly thing in girls basketball and volleyball. And so far, 3 minutes into the first quarter, we are all tied at 2 apiece. Quick steal, Taylor Roovers. She'll go coast-to-coast. Layup is good. Count the bucket and the foul for Taylor Roovers.
And you just mentioned something as well. Cool, Ponca, why we schedule this game, and Coach Brooks alluded to it during his pregame show as well. It's such a quick trip for Vermillion, just about a half-hour journey. And again, you're talking about the competition. That's always something you want to do when it comes to the high school level, is schedule as many tough games as you possibly can. And again, historically, this Indians team has been either competing in the state championship game or playing in the state tournament in Class C2. So this is a traditionally powerhouse team in the state of Nebraska, especially in C2.
Taylor Roovers fails to convert the old-fashioned three-point play on the season, an 80% free throw shooter. She is 0 for 1 tonight, 4-2, 4.5 minutes to go here in quarter number 1 in Ponca, Nebraska. Carly Beckner, who checked in out of that timeout, she turns it over, and Roovers quickly up ahead of Jensen. Jensen off the glass and good for 2. Leading scorer in the ball game now with 4 points, increasing the lead 6-2.
Talk about the big three for the Vermillion Tanagers. Have really yet to see Casey Hansen shoot a shot so far tonight.
Inside, Elsie Keller, the leading scorer for the Indians, off the glass, and her layup is good. 6-4 now your score, halfway through quarter number 1.
In Nebraska, they have a common last name, it seems like, at every school. Ehlers is one of the returning starters from a year ago.
Brooke Jensen nails the right wing 3. Has struggled a little bit from the three-point line, only 20% for the season for her. But now she drains that one. 7 points in the contest for her, 9 for the lead for the Vermillion Tanagers. Heller's over to Keller. Left wing guarded by Wallen. Skip pass to Voss. Almost picked off, and now a double dribble called on Emerson Ehlers.
Timeout work by head coach John Brooks. We saw that his group wasn't playing the best offense and defense, and just kind of some miscommunication. He took that timeout, and they have been straight ever since, and finally getting some scoring, and continues, as you can see right there on the screen, communicating with his team in the offensive side of the court.
Alexis Hansen, Amara Thomas, and for the Tanagers, Avery McAfee in for the Ponca Indians. 3:15 to play in quarter number 1. Roovers skip pass to Casey Hansen, left wing 3, no good. Offensive rebound by Jensen, and her putback. Count the bucket and the foul for Brooke Jensen. Foul's going to be on Emerson Ehlers. That's her first and the team's second.
She's the key piece of that offense. They have to make sure it stays out of foul trouble. We saw that when Thornton got into foul trouble, the big girl for West Central, that Vermillion was able to really exploit things inside, and it really caused issues for the Trojans. Can't have that happening for their Ponca Indians. Saw that one on film on Tuesday.
Another pass intercepted by Taylor Roovers. 2 steals now for her. Bounce pass up ahead, layup by Brooke Jensen is good. And a timeout called by head coach Chad Clay. So each coach has taken a timeout. We'll step aside with them back in 60 seconds.
Too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregates, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
Cork Ears
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Live Ticket TV. First quarter action here in Ponca, Nebraska, brought to you by Pump and Pack. Fill up your tank and your belly at Pump and Pack. From cold beverages to plenty of snacks, Pump and Pack is proud to be the fill up spot and go-to destination of the Live Ticket TV crew. Out of the timeout, a quick three-pointer by Carly Beckner is off the mark for the Indians. Again, down 14-4, led by Brooke Jensen. She has 12 points so far here in quarter number one. They'll find an open Casey Hansen left wing three, catches nothing but air. And Ellers with the rebound.
She's had a few different air balls so far this season. We really saw that prominent in the Mitchell game, but she kept on shooting the three and started to connect in that second half. She has a lot of confidence, and of course she missed last year, a majority of the year, with that ACL injury.
Brooke Jensen up ahead to Alexis Hansen, the 5'10 freshman guard, and she's fouled. Alexis Hansen will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair of free throws as Jalen Templeman collects that foul. It's her first and the team's third.
By the way, shout out to the boys basketball team. Made their journey over here to Ponca to cheer on the girls tonight. A little student section for the basketball team over in our corner. Can't quite see them, just out of camera shot at the moment. Had some new gear on the Vermillion Boosters Facebook page as well.
Yeah, they
Cole.
did.
I know you're wearing some new gear over there as well. Just maybe not be Vermillion Tanager gear at the moment.
Well, somebody's got to hook me up with some Tanager gear. I'll wear it to every game. Second free throw by Alexis Hansen was good, increased the lead to 11 points, 15-4. A quick half-court trap is broken by the Indians, and another steal by Taylor Roovers. That's her third. She'll go coast to coast. 10-foot pull-up jumper is no. She'll fight for her own rebound and get it. Casey Hansen drives to Amara Thomas. And then Roovers looking inside of Thomas. Pass is tipped, and it's saved by Thomas. Hansen's layup is blocked, and now a loose ball foul will be called on the Vermillion Tanagers.
Yeah, Thomas getting in there and getting the foul called on her, and that is one thing she really provides as a spark off the bench, is that aggressiveness. Not saying that the rest of the girls aren't aggressive, but Thomas really likes to get after it, and that's why I put her out there. She might pick up some quick fouls, but she really gets after the opponent.
And one thing we don't very often see for the Vermillion Tanagers, at least so far this year, Brooke Jensen and Casey Hansen go off to the bench as Halverson and Wallen check back in. Indians have it down 11. Beckner, 15-footer from the right side, got that one to go. 2 points for her in the contest. 15-6 now your score. 62 seconds to go here in quarter number one. John Brooks yelling out his offensive play.
This is a big moment as well for head coach John Brooks. This is his chance to evaluate these girls, trying to get more bench players.
Roovers, top of the key three-pointers off the mark, but a good hustle offensive rebound by Madigan Wallen. She's trapped in the corner. Ball is still loose, and now it's on the ground, and the Ponca Indians come up with it. Steal by Templeman.
If you're Wallen, it's okay just to jump up in the air and throw that as hard as you possibly can off of a Ponca Indian to make it go out of bounds and try to keep the possession instead of forcing a bad pass when she knows she had herself in a corner.
Harley Beckner, 4 points for her now in the contest, leading all scoring for Ponca, 15-8. Here with 10 seconds to go, Roovers will hold it. Shot clock is off. Now with 6, she'll kick over to Alexis Hansen. Right corner three, rattles in and out, no good. Rebound is controlled by Ava Voss, and that is how the first quarter will end. Your score after 8 minutes of play, Vermillion Tanagers 15, Ponca Indians 8. We're going to step aside back in 60 seconds. You're watching Tanager basketball.
stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Back here at Ponca High School as the Vermillion Tanagers lead 15-8 as we head into the second quarter. I'm Heath Nimke along with Cole Larsch. Cole, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Home Alone. Nah, Santa Claus.
Santa Claus? Now, Santa Claus 1, correct?
Probably either 1 or 2, because once you start getting to 3, then it gets a little crazy. Then it just kind of gets all over the place, and then it kind of loses the plot. So I'm thinking either 1 or Santa Claus, either 1 or 2.
Okay, fair enough.
Second quarter action brought to you by Leo's Sports Bar. Daily happy hour beginning at 3. And always have the games on no matter what team in red is playing. If you can't make it to the Tanager games, make Leo's your home, Main Street in Vermillion. Tanagers will start with the ball in their road reds, going left to right here in the second quarter, up 15-8. Your starting 5 is back out there for the Tanagers as well as for the Ponca, Nebraska Indians. Shot by Roovers is no good, but Jensen gets the offensive rebound to keep it alive. She'll take one dribble. 16-foot pull-up jumper is good for Brooke Jensen. And now Jensen, who came into the game averaging just over 20 points, now has 14 so far through 8.5 minutes of play. Keller inside, blocked away by Jensen. And Ponca will retain possession underneath their own basket, 25 seconds on the shot clock. Quickly swinging around, right wing three-pointer by Templeman's partially blocked by Roovers, but Ponca gets it back, and their three-pointer by Keller is off the mark. And the rebound is controlled by Madigan Wallen.
I was just going to bring that up for the Ponca Indians. We have not really seen them shoot the three yet coming into just that moment ago, and shot 2 different opportunities and had some good looks, just could not convert.
Roovers' right corner 3 is off the mark. Rebound's tapped around, and it will stay with Vermillion. Ponca dropped into a 3-2 zone. Last defensive possession. Tanagers will inbound it, get it to Wallen, back to Roovers' right side. Casey Hansen, right wing. Skip pass all the way over to Roovers. Left corner 3, got it. Taylor Roovers' first three-pointer of the ball game, now 5 points for her. 20-8 your score, 6:40 to go in the second quarter. Indians break the Tanager press. Tanagers will drop into a zone of their own. They'll pass it around. Keller now has it left wing. Classic 1-3-1 Tanager zone. Eller's inside. Pass partially deflected. Now 13 on the shot clock for the Indians. They got to get something moving pretty quick. Voss has it over to Keller left side. She'll take 2 dribbles. Kick out. And that one was Jalen Templeman, her first 2 points of the ball game. And now just a 10-point deficit, 20-10. 6 minutes to go, quarter 2.
Nice offensive possession there by the Ponca Indians. Got rushed to bring it into the front court, but from there they were able to set their offense. And again, this is something they are learning going into this year with that shot clock rule that is, of course, now here at Ponca High School and across the state of Nebraska.
Skip pass tipped away and stolen by Ava Voss. Then she has it tapped out from behind. But Ponca will retain possession, 33 on the shot clock for the Indians getting their home whites. They just get it into their safety outlet, Ava Voss. Templeman has it. Sporting double knee sleeves and a knee brace on her left knee. Again, they talked about it in the pregame show. John Brooks said she's a really good player, just has to stay away from the injury bug as her pocket is picked by Taylor Roovers. Mighty Mouse goes coast to coast and will be fouled on the drive. Now the 4th steal of the game for Taylor Roovers, who comes in with 14 on the season. As that foul is on Ava Voss. That's her first, team's first of the quarter. Wallen, kick out right wing 3, got it. Madigan Wallen, first points of the night, off another assist by Taylor Roovers.
She had that same kind of look in the first quarter, did not shoot the 3, comes back here in this second quarter and shoots it, knocks it down, and again, we just continue to see Wallen's confidence as a basketball player, as a varsity basketball player, continue to grow throughout these first few games of the season.
5:05 to play, quarter number 2, shot clock winding down once again for Ponca. We get it inside to Ehlers, 12-foot floater just off the mark, no good. Fight for the rebound, and it is controlled by Madigan Wallen.
Starting to pad the stats a little bit for her, just hit a 3, now give her a defensive rebound.
Her third of the game. Jensen tries to throw in a 1,000-mile-an-hour pass to Halverson. It gets blocked. Now quickly a steal the other way. Lob up ahead to Jensen. Lay in good. 16 points for Jensen. Now a timeout called by head coach Chad Clay. We're going to step aside and take it with him. Back to Ponca High School in 30 seconds.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to Ponca High School, Ponca, Nebraska, for the cross-border battle between the Vermillion Tanagers and the Ponca Indians. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Heath Nimke. We've got you covered not only this game, but about 90% of the games throughout the course of the season. Again, Heath Nimke filling in for the one and only Spencer Bewley, who is home in Texas for his Christmas break. But don't you worry, he'll be back once the new year rolls around.
At least we hope.
At least we think, as far as we know. Again, Heath and I will have you covered for all 4 games, part of the Vermillion Booster Club Holiday Classic inside the Sanford Coyote Sports Center on Saturday. Action starting at 1 o'clock. And we've not only covered every game of that, but also every game every year that it has existed. Excited to be on the call for year number 3 inside the SCSC.
When Spencer comes back as well, I can finally take my vacation out to the Cayman Islands, and I'll be out there for 3 months.
Sounds about right.
Retirement, Cole. It's nice.
Jensen's shot rattles in and out, no good, but a good offensive rebound by Madigan Wallen. Now Roovers will take it out and reset the offense with a fresh shot clock. Wallen right wing. Skip pass to Jensen left wing. Out to Hansen at the top. Over to Roovers on the right side. Into a cutting Jensen in the middle. She'll kick out to Wallen. Now 14 on the shot clock. Wallen at the top of the key. Roovers with 9 as the Ponca student section tried counting down a little bit too early. Jensen, 8-footer, no. Rebound is fought for and loose and controlled by Carly Beckner of Ponca. Beckner kicks up ahead to Keller. Keller, one dribble, baseline jumper is off the mark, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Maya Halverson.
These empty possessions for the Vermillion Tanagers, so when I say empty possessions, not scoring, Ponca needs to answer back if they want to get back into this game. Again, a team that does not score a lot of points in this season.
Brooke Jensen, three-pointer from the left wing is off the mark, and the rebound is controlled by Beckner.
Need to get points here on this possession for the Ponca Indians. Again, not out of it, but certainly the offense hasn't been fully clicking for this Indians team.
10-2 scoring run for the Vermillion Tanagers here in quarter number 2. Keller has it left wing. Bounce pass over to Ehlers. Back to Keller. Beckner now with 9. Voss, baseline, bounce pass inside, lay in no by Ava Brown, but she's fouled and will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair of free throws. That falls on Maya Halverson, her first. Team's first of the quarter and first of the half.
Fans, don't forget as well, you can see the bottom of the screen when it comes to scores from girls basketball across the state of South Dakota. Some games that have been postponed for this evening due to the snowstorm that is moving up through the north. Of course, other games that have gone final throughout the afternoon and early evening of the out in Rapid City, the LNI tournament that is going on. They are into day number, 3 of that LNI tournament?
I believe 2.
3, if you count wrestling and all the other activities.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I was counting.
Game 2 of basketball, I should
yes,
say. Yes, there we go.
A little bit more specific, Heath.
First free throw was good. Second free throw, no good. For Ponca, now 25-11. 2:08 to play. Inside, Amara Thomas off the glass, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Lakin Pfister, a freshman guard who just checked into the ball game out of the timeout, or excuse me, out of the free throws. And now a quick turnover, and possession will go back to the Vermillion Tanagers.
That free throw did in that 10-2 run that the Vermillion Tanagers were on, but Cole, still not enough from the Ponca Indians. As again, another empty possession for the Vermillion Tanagers, but the Ponca Indians give it right back.
Jensen drives inside, and she is fouled on the drive, and they'll get the ball baseline out of bounds. That foul is on Carly Beckner, her first and the team's second of the quarter. Hansen to throw it into Jensen. Kick out Roovers. Long right wing 3. Got it. Taylor Roovers' second three-pointer of the night for her, and she now has 8 points, 28-11. 96 seconds to go here in quarter number 1.
Indians team of the way offensively have not hit a 3 yet in this ball game. Cole, you impressed that I know that kind of stuff even without keeping the stat sheet in front of my face tonight?
I usually just assume all these stats you say are about half made up. But I did fact check that one. That is true. Offensive rebound and putback is no good by Ehlers, but another offensive rebound, this time by McAfee. And she'll get it now. Right wing 3, too strong, no good. And another offensive rebound, this time by Beckner. So now 3 chances here on this drive. They get it over. Beckner for 3, got it.
Well, there you go.
Carly Beckner, first three-pointer of the game for the Ponca Indians.
Just have to speak it into existence. That's all you need.
There you go. The reverse announcer's jinx. Casey Hansen has it. 12-second separate shot and game clock. She drives and is fouled on her shot, and Casey Hansen will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair of free throws. Lakin Pfister, that's her first and the team's third. Hansen at the line so far this season, 83.3%. First free throw is good. That's her first point of the ball game. Second free throw, that one's off the mark and no good, but an offensive rebound by Brooke Jensen. Turnaround, putback is good. Leading scorer by the Tanagers, 18 points for Brooke Jensen so far through the first half, 31-14. Pfister has it, then loses it. They're going to say it. Last one out of bounds off of Taylor Roovers. 16 seconds to go here in the first half. Inbounds to McAfee with 12. Chad Clay yelled timeout, did not get one. Ehlers, free throw line, kicks out. McAfee for 3, too strong, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Casey Hansen. She'll kick it ahead. Roovers, three-quarter court heave, just off the mark. And that is how the second quarter of play will end after 16 minutes. 31-14 is the lead for the Vermillion Tanagers. We're going to step aside. When we come back, second half stats and analysis. That's on the way next. Vermillion Tanagers live ticket TV.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Winter inspection programs are starting now at all 9 of our Grosenberg Implement locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming. With harvest winding down, get your name on the list and have your equipment inspected and ready for next year. Put it on your John Deere multi-use account and get benefits of no payment, no interest programs for those that qualify. Then you can rest easy in 2025. Grosenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product. Go to grosenberg.com for complete details.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Less than a week away from the Christmas Day, Christmas Eve coming up. I know Cole Larsch will find himself back in Mount Vernon. So Cole, that being said,
welcome back
what's
to
the greatest Christmas present you've ever
proud
got
supporters of all
as a
Tanager
child or even now as a grown adult?
Athlete.
To spend time with my family.
That was such a cheesy answer.
My mom's listening. My hands are tied. I gotta say what I gotta say.
Cole, my mom asked how long I was gonna be home for Christmas. I told her a week. 2 days later, I said, let's make it 3 days. She was a little grumpy, but it's okay.
I'm not sure how long I'm going to be back for yet. I know I'm going back on Sunday, and not sure when I'm coming back. I know we got a couple Hoop City Classic games that I'll be doing. Doubleheader in Tri-Valley on the 4th. Or no, that's the... Yeah, I think so. It's somewhere in there.
Yep. On the 4th, you also have the Miracles Classic, right?
Yep, that's on the
inaugural Miracles Classic.
Yeah, the Midwest Miracles Classic in Hurley. I'll have that one. I'm sure I'll be there for just about all 8 games, I bet. Keep myself busy.
Do you want me to join you for some of those?
Bring it on.
Okay.
All right, bring it on.
Cool. How's things looking at halftime?
Halftime stats for 31-14 is your score here inside Ponca High School. Is the Ponca Pep Band. They open up with Thriller at halftime, and I don't recognize the song they're playing now, but they're playing it really well, which I enjoy. 31-14 is your halftime score. The Ponca Indians, they were led in scoring by Carly Beckner, the senior guard that comes off the bench for Ponca, 7 points and 3 rebounds for her. Other scoring, Elsie Keller with 2, Ava Voss with 2, Jalen Templeman with 2, and Ava Brown with 1 for their 14 points. 8 in the first quarter, 6 in the second quarter for their total of 14 points. Again, this is a Ponca Indians team that comes in averaging 38 points per game. They allow 32 on average. Again, their leading scorer coming in was Elsie Keller. She comes in averaging 11. She has been held to 2 points. On the flip side, for the number 1 team in Class A, the Vermillion Tanagers, they were led in scoring by Brooke Jensen, 18 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, a steal, and a block for her. Other scorers include Taylor Roovers with 8, a rebound, 4 assists, and 4 steals. Madigan Wallen with 3 points on 4 rebounds, and a steal. Alexis Hansen had a free throw, and Casey Hansen had a free throw, 2 rebounds and 2 assists. They score 15 in the first, 16 in the second, for their total of 31 points. Again, your halftime score, 31-14. Doing a lot of good things offensively, but I think one thing we have to note also, Heath, is the defensive effort by the Vermillion Tanagers there in that first half, holding this Ponca Indians team not only to 14 points, but also racking up 6 steals in the process.
We saw in that first quarter, in the first 2.5 minutes, John Brooks called a timeout because his offense wasn't coming along, but also wanted to correct some things defensively as well. And from those corrections, this has been a team that Ponca came into the game, and Coach Clay mentioned it as well during the pregame show that he wanted to try a few different things with his squad, but this has been an Indians team that has tried to go inside quite a bit tonight, but it has just been shut down by the size and quick hands. And even when they look to kick out and shoot the Ponca Indians the 3, which they did a couple times in that second quarter, there was still help defense that was quickly on the shooter and not giving them quick and easy looks. So very good defensive performance, as you just said there, Cole. And this is what the Vermillion girls have really prided themselves on now through 3.5 games this season. Is sometimes 31 points at halftime looks really good, but at times this season it has looked a little iffy. But their defense has been what's been able to keep them in games. And of course, the old cliche is defense wins championships. Not going to say that's true, but it's looked good so far tonight.
Again, 31-14, your halftime score. Let's take a look at some scores from around the state of South Dakota, or what I should say is the few scores that are still playing here tonight, as quite a few games across the state of South Dakota have been postponed to later dates. Again, of course, the Dakota Nations Invitational taking place out there in Rapid City. Quite a few games there. Number 4, Wagner defeats Trip Delmont Armor 66-28. McCook Central Montrose leads Chester 54-45. Receiving votes, Elk Point Jefferson defeats Parker tonight 47-18. Parkston leads Chamberlain 65-32 at the end of the first half. Flandreau leads Beresford 57-39. Lennox defeats Madison 65-21. And the number 5 team, Makfialuta, defeated Omaha Nations out of Nebraska 84-48. And we look at some scores from around the the district of C2 in the state of Nebraska. One score in particular. Number 1, Crofton defeats Niobrara 62-26. Again, that Crofton team is a team that we will see in the Sanford Coyote Sports Center on Saturday as they take on the West Central girls starting approximately 2:30 on Saturday. Well, that wraps up for the halftime show. We're going to take one more quick break. When we come back, it's second half action. That's on the way next for Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager Athletic.
Welcome back, Ponca High School in Ponca, Nebraska. I'm Cole Larsch. Alongside me, your producer, cameraman, and DJ tonight, Heath Nimke. I'm
a little traditional Christmas Eve musical.
Well, nothing quite like some traditional Christmas Eve music to get you pumped up for the second half, as it's brought to you by First Bank and Trust. Enjoy the convenience of digital banking from anywhere, including fast and secure mobile and online options. Customized features let you streamline banking tasks across all platforms, even other financial institutions. Banking has never been easier with First Bank and Trust. The starting 10 out there for both Vermillion and the Ponca Indians. Again, Ponca will start with the ball in their home whites, going left to right here inside Ponca High School. Vermillion Tanagers wearing their away reds. Did not quite get the luxury of seeing the alternate blacks here tonight, but I'm sure we will see those at a later date, as now the fifth steal for Taylor Roovers gives the Tanagers the ball back. 30 seconds into quarter number 3. Roovers, left wing, three-pointer, off back iron, no. And two Ponca players collide, and the rebound is controlled by Elsie Keller. She'll kick it all the way up ahead to Voss. Voss is fouled from behind. It is going to go on Taylor Roovers, her first, and the team's first. Elsie Keller will throw it in for Ponca. Box set for them. Ava Voss, bounce pass to Keller, and it's kicked by Halverson. So Indians will get the ball. Free throw line extended. 31-14, 7:12 to go here in the third quarter. Here on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV, your home for all things Tanager athletics, including the full coverage of the Vermillion Booster Club Holiday Classic on Saturday inside the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. All 4 games, all 3 years. Eller's shot was no good, but the rebound tipped around and controlled by Templeman. So fresh shot clock for Ponca now with 25. 1-3-1 zone pressure being applied by the Vermillion Tanagers. Keller inside. Ellers good step through move, but it's poked away from behind by Roovers. And it goes out of bounds, and possession will stay with the Ponca Indians. There we go. I sure thought he pointed that way, but then everybody just started running around, running away. The Ponca will get possession back. 15 on the shot clock, 6:37 on the game clock. They'll throw it into their safety valve, Templeman. Templeman in the corner for Ellers. Baseline to Keller. Skip pass, now another pass. Ava Brown, left wing 3 off the iron, no good. Offensive rebound by Ellers. Her putback is no good, but Emerson Ellers is fouled and will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair of free throws.
How about that for the Vermillion Boosters, by the way? They get 3 different number 1 teams in the state of South Dakota in Nebraska to play in the Vermillion Booster Classic coming up this weekend. They're doing some correct scheduling over there, Cole. I don't know who they're all talking to, but pretty cool to see 3 different number 1 teams playing the SCSC Classic or the Vermillion Booster Classic over at the SCSC this weekend.
Yeah, it should be 4 entertaining games. Myself, Heath, Nimke have you covered for all 4 of them in some way, shape, or form, as well as we may be on the in-arena boards as well. So be sure to show up, see if we're up there, as Elsie Keller gets the drive, and the layup is good, 31-16. First points of the second half come with about 2 minutes into it here in the third quarter. Halverson inside of Jensen. Little floater, got it to go. Brooke Jensen, 20 points for her in the contest. And now a quick backcourt foul. That's going to go on Taylor Roovers. Her second of the quarter. Third team foul of the quarter as well. 5:50 to go. And 1-2-2 zone trap applied by the Vermillion Tanagers. And that is exactly where they want you to go if you're the trapped team. And now Madigan Wallen with her second steal. She'll drive to the block, kick out. Casey Hansen, right wing 3, got it. First 3-pointer of the ball game for Casey Hansen. Only 4 points for her in the contest, but another big shot. 36-16, 5:23 to go in the third quarter. Ponca Indians have to get it across, and now Chad Clay will take a timeout, and we're going to step aside and take it with him. 5:19 to go, third quarter, 36-16 your score. Back to Ponca High School in 60 seconds.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Learning more about the voice of the Vermillion Tanagers as we get ready for the Christmas season. Cole, we found out your favorite movie, your favorite Christmas present. So what about your favorite Christmas song? What's your favorite Christmas song of all time?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I only ask those.
Not true, for the record. You ask me a lot of bad questions.
Well, keep on your toes.
I'll have to think about that one. I'll have to get back to you eventually. I don't know if I can think of one off the top of my head.
The fans will be waiting on the edge of their seats for your response.
Oh, I bet. As third quarter action brought to you by Blaine's Body Shop. They deliver exceptional auto repair, paint, and services. The Body Shop specializes in automotive collision repair, paint, framework, and glass. Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. And a quick turnover for the Ponca Indians. Tanagers quickly up ahead. Maya Halverson off the glass and good for two. First 2 points of the ball game for her. Comes in averaging 1.3. Usually good for a bucket a game. Makes it 38-16. And now Ponca throws one off the foot of Madigan Wallen and out of bounds. Carly Beckner, the senior guard, checks in. Elsie Keller to throw it in. She'll throw it right into Beckner. On the wing, trapped is Keller. She'll get it up ahead. Ellers didn't need the backboard for that one. Got that one all rim and net. Back to a 20-point game, 38-18. Just over halfway through this third quarter. Jensen, baseline to Roovers to a cutting Wallen. She'll take one dribble, and foul is going to be called on the drive. Foul is on Ava Brown. That's her first and the team's first. Nobody in any foul trouble, as all Ponca players all have one.
Have not been a lot of fouls called in this game tonight either.
Hanson's layup off the mark, no good. Voss with the rebound as I believe one of the emergency exits were open, so an alarm started going. But now it has stopped and we are back in action. Inside, Ellers off back iron and good for two. Emerson Ellers, first 4 points of the ball game have come in back-to-back possessions. Roovers to Halverson, kick out to Jensen. Casey Hansen top of the key. Back to Halverson left wing. Halverson to Jensen for three. Right wing is no good, and it hit the strap that controls the hoop when it goes up and down, and then considered out of bounds. Alexis Hansen, Amara Thomas check in.
Just out of the framework, Cole, that the fans were not able to see that with the camera. But as you mentioned, these hoops go up and down vertical-wise, if you will, instead of a little bit different of ways. They've done renovations here to Ponca, but still one of those older gyms in the state of Nebraska.
Keller inside. Thought she was going to try to draw a foul and took a couple extra steps. Travel is called. Turnover and possession back to the Vermillion Tanagers. 38-20, 3:27 to go in quarter number 3.
Very low-scoring quarter so far for the Vermillion Tanagers. Again, feels like they were comfortable in this one, but still want to see this offense come along.
Casey Hansen, left wing three is off the mark, and the rebound is controlled by Elsie Keller. You talk about a low-scoring quarter, 8-7 in favor. 8-6 in favor of Vermillion, and now it's 9-8 in favor of the Ponca Indians as Carly Beckner drills another three. First Indian in double figures. She now has 10 points to lead the way for Ponca, 38-23.
And Cole, I know some people out there in the media have their doubts about this Vermillion Tanager girls basketball team being the unanimous #1 team in Class A. But I think it comes due to this fact right here of you look at a game on Tuesday against West Central, really high offensive production, able to work it inside, but they could step out and shoot the three nicely. But then in a game like tonight against the Ponca Indians, we saw it against Mitchell, having to rely a little bit more on their defense than their offense to get things done. And that makes you question. You like to see a complete team, especially against a team like the Ponca Indians, who are a little down these past couple of years, but just haven't quite seen that same offensive production from the Vermillion girls that we saw against West Central on Tuesday, and that could play a factor in a game coming up like on Saturday.
Jensen, underhand layup is good. She now has 22 points in the contest out of Vermillion's 40-23. And more full court pressure being applied by Vermillion. Keller tries dribbling through it. She gets the basketball back. Now Ehlers on the right side.
And Brooke Jensen, the D1 commit to the University of South Dakota, I think her offense and just her game overall has really taken another huge step again already this season compared to where she was at last year. Of course, in her young career, it was always kind of keep a cool head, the maturity, and that just continues to grow over her past a few years here at Vermillion. And now it seems like everything's just kind of combining together for her. You mentioned her 22 points so far tonight. She's putting up another great performance and has been, again, a spark plug for this offense for the Tanagers so far this season.
Good offensive rebound by Thomas, and Thomas is fouled and will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair of free throws. That fouls on Ava Voss, her second, team's second. Thomas at the free throw line this season is 1 for 2. First one is off the mark. Tanagers now as a team coming in tonight, 70% from the free throw line. They are 3 for 7. And make that 3 for 8. Thomas goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Still a 17-point contest, 88 seconds to go in quarter number 3. Pull-up three-pointer by Pfister off the mark, no good, but a rebound. Fought for, and now a jump ball called. Possession will stay with the Ponca Indians. Emerson Ehlers will throw it in on the baseline. Quickly into Keller. She'll swing it over. Beckner for 3. Rattles in and out. No good. Rebound fought for and controlled by Casey Hansen. Now Taylor Roovers wants to push. 3-on-2. Up ahead. Jensen off the glass. Good for 2. Brooke Jensen out of the assist of Taylor Roovers. 24 points.
Almost felt like she was just cherry picking down there. I was quickly able to get down to the court and got the great pass from Roovers and an easy layup for Brooke Jensen.
And now 10-second violation is the call. And a turnover. Possession will go to the Vermillion Tanagers.
This Tanager team is not laying off the press whatsoever. We have seen them do it quite a bit here in this game, and that's something that's going to go on film for a lot of other teams that play against the Ponca Indians this season. Something to try to take advantage of this young team.
Taylor Roovers, pull-up jumper from 3 is no good. And the rebound is controlled by Lakin Pfister. About 8 seconds separate the shot clock and the game clock, and now quick steal by Thomas and throws it right back away. Keller with the steal, and now another steal for Taylor Roovers, make that 6 in the ball game for her. Up ahead, Jensen missed the layup, no good. Back and forth we've gone with no points, and now pass out of bounds, and possession will go back to the Vermillion Tanagers. Shot clock is now off. Roovers dribbles it up past half court with 9. Guarded by Keller. She'll drive left up through contact. Shot no good, and she was fouled to go to the free throw line. Ball's on Keller, her second, team 3 of quarter 3. Roovers at the line. First free throw is good for Taylor Roovers. 9 points for her now in the ball game. .3, 20-point lead here in quarter number 3. Roovers Second one is also good. Double figures for Taylor Roovers, 10 points. Also has a rebound, 5 assists, and 6 steals. Up ahead, Fisher long 3 is going to be off the mark, and that is how the third quarter of play will end. The Vermillion Tanagers 44, the Ponca Indians 23. We're going to step aside. Fourth quarter action on the way next. Vermillion Tanagers live ticket TV.
What's your
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
All right, Cole, I know you're having a little bit of trouble over there of thinking of the greatest Christmas song of all time, so I thought I'd jog your memory just a little bit. Of course, you can have Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas.
No.
Bing Crosby's White Christmas, considered the greatest Christmas song of all time, depending on who you ask. Of course, can't forget about Jingle Bell Rock. Feliz Navidad. You probably don't understand any of the words to that song, but it's a very popular one.
I do, actually.
Or even my favorite, Wham's Last Christmas. Any of those jog your brain on your favorite Christmas song?
Jingle Bell Rock is definitely up there, but if I want to go like recent Christmas songs, I'd say the Philly Special Christmas album that the Philadelphia Eagles have put out the last couple of years. Always got quite a few good songs and some really good performances in that album as well.
Should we listen to that on the way home?
I suppose we should.
Better than what we were listening to on the way here?
Yep. About anything probably is. Then again, I had no idea what was happening the entire time. So
you were lost in the podcast from the very first words of go.
Yeah, I spent 30 minutes wondering what they were talking about and never figured it out. Pull-up three-pointer by Roovers is off the mark, and the rebound is controlled by Emerson Elvers. Again in the fourth quarter, 21-point lead for Vermillion. Up ahead, Keller. Her layup is no good, but she's fouled from behind, and Elsie Keller will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair of free throws. Maya Halverson, her third personal and the first team foul. Elsie Keller on the season, 44.4% from the line. First one, she got it to go. Second free throw from Keller is on the way. Up and off back iron, no. Rebound to Casey Hansen. Jensen pushes it up into the front court for Vermillion. Bounces over to Taylor Roovers, going to set up a 1-4 high set. 7:20 to play, fourth quarter. Roovers gets a screen from Jensen, kicks over to Hansen for three. Casey Hansen drills another one, and another assist for Taylor Roovers. 7 points for Hansen, 6 assists for Roovers.
I always talk about the big three having big games, and this is one of those games that Casey Hansen's been quiet, maybe even Roovers when it comes to overall scoring, but Roovers has really helped out with her assist. And again, Casey Hansen continues to hit those big threes, something that she has done all season long.
Brooke Jensen gets the steal and goes all the way down the court. Get her 26th point of the contest. Now a 25-point lead for Vermillion, 49-24. Ava Brown, Ellers, over to Templeman. Back to Voss. They're just going to keep swinging around the three-point line, and now another foul is going to be called on the Vermillion Tanagers. That's going to be the fourth foul on Maya Halverson in the second of the quarter. So Alexis Hansen will come in for her. And Carly Beckner will come in for the Ponca Indians, and Beckner will throw it in.
My second favorite Christmas song, Cole, is Bad Little Boy by Ray Stevens. We'll have to listen to that one on the way home and describe the way I've been in the year 2024.
Oh, I'm sure. 6:15 to play in the ball game, 49-24. Ponca with the fresh shot clock. Brown will drive in, kick out to Beckner. Beckner drives middle. Lay in, no, but she's going to be fouled from behind. And Carly Beckner will go to the free throw line to shoot two. Jensen's first foul, and the team's third of quarter number 4. Harley Beckner, 11 points now for her in the contest. And comes in off the bench, has not seen much playing time in the first 5 games, but the far and away leading scorer so far in this one tonight for Ponca. Now she has 12. 4 of 8 are the Indians from the free throw line. Harley Beckner, 12 points, 3 rebounds to lead the way for Ponca in the scoring department. 49-26, Jensen over to Ruvers right wing. Ruvers back to Jensen. Jensen drives middle, kicks over to Casey Hansen. Left wing 3, off front iron, no. Rebound is controlled by Madigan Wallen. She tries going up with it and is fouled. Madigan Wallen will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Nice job there by Wallen to get the offensive rebound. And again, just talking about developing her as a basketball player, and especially as a varsity basketball player. Another one of those situations that you see her not look for the pass, not look for anybody else, just, hey, I'm going to go up strong and draw the foul and go to the free throw line to shoot a couple. Like, just again, her continued growth for the Vermillion girls.
Wallen on the season, 4 for 8 from the line. Right at 50%, comes on averaging 3 points per game even. Second one is good. Tanagers now 6 for 12 from the free throw line as a squad. Madigan Wallen has 4 points. 50-26. 5.5 to go here in quarter number 4.
Hit that three-pointer back in the second quarter.
Templeman blocked away by Taylor Ruvers, adding to her now lengthy stat total. She'll hand over to Hansen for 3. Casey Hansen now in double figures with 10. And Ruvers with her 7th assist brings it back to a 27-point game.
After we saw a third quarter that saw the Vermillion Tanagers really struggle to score offensively, and their defense just kind of helping them out. We're seeing that little change. This is the usual girls that we like to see, especially what we saw from them on Tuesday of getting to the bucket and scoring and taking three-pointers as well.
Wallen drives inside. She's going to travel, so turnover and possession back to the Ponca Indians as Amara Thomas will come in. Taylor Ruvers will come off. 5 out there. Hansen, Wallen, Jensen, Thomas for the Vermillion Tanagers. Beckner drives, hands off to Templeman. Poked away and now stolen away by Brooke Jensen. Jensen drives. And now her pass is stolen away by Beckner. Ball is loose and picked up by Ava Brown. Now the Indians want to push. Beckner will slow things down. McAfee has it top of the key. Hand off to Templeman. She'll get a ball screen, drive left. Bounce it to Beckner, and now a foul called on Vermillion. It's going to go on Wallen. That's going to be her first, team's 4th. Beckner to throw it in from the sideline. She'll get it into Templeman with a fresh shot clock. 4:13 to play here in the ball game. Templeman hands off. McAfee top of the key. Over to Beckner left side. Pump fake drive baseline. Back out McAfee. Dribble around top of the key. Templeman's got it right wing. Take a couple screens. Looking around. Now she'll drive middle. Kick out. McAfee, she'll pump fake. Drive to Beckner for 3. Off back iron and no good. Rebound is controlled by Eller. She'll kick out for Jalen Templeman and will drain the 3. 53-29. Templeman now with 5 points in the ball game. Casey Hansen brings it up for the Vermillion Tanagers. Jensen to Wallen, stuck on the baseline. Tries to get it back to Jensen, has it poked away.
John Brooks looks like he's going to call off the troops here and take out some of the big 3 girls, if you will. Great production from them tonight. Good performance by the starting 5 for the Vermillion Tanagers. We thought this one would be a comfortable victory, but took care of business tonight for the Vermillion girls. And it looks like, again, they're going to cruise that victory over the Ponca Indians tonight.
Emma Utoff and Ava Voss will check in for the Ponca Indians. In for the Vermillion Tanagers, Maya Halverson. Number 3, Sydney Johnson, 5'6" junior guard. And number 42, Delaney Smith, the 5'5" junior guard.
the Ponca Indians, and it'll be a quick one to forget about as they're quickly back into action tomorrow night as well. This has been a very busy week. In fact, tomorrow is the last day that State of Nebraska can play before they go on the moratorium for the Christmas break.
Try to get in as many games as you can. Some teams like to do that. Some teams, you'll see them at least in the South Dakota side, play 2 games before Christmas.
Did have an interesting little chat with Chad Clay, not during our pregame show, kind of off air. He's been coaching in the state of Iowa for the past 4 years, Cole, and something that's very, very different that we see in Nebraska and South Dakota compared to where he came from in Iowa. When Iowa hits, when we go on that Christmas break, nothing happens. We usually have about 5, 6, some teams even have 7 games before the Christmas break, and then it's 2 weeks of nothing. So he said that was a little bit of a change coming over to the state of Nebraska and seeing that, we play all the way till basically Christmas, and then right after Christmas, we're back into a tournament during the Christmas break.
Both teams emptying out their benches some more. Alexa McGee, a freshman guard, will check in for Ponca, as well as number 22, Ava Brennan, a sophomore guard. And Lakin Pfister also in there, a freshman as well for Vermillion. Number 4, Izzy Richardson, the freshman guard. Callie Schultz, number 15, number 22, Shaylin Hinseth, also in there for the Vermillion Tanagers. Inside, Delaney Smith off the glass and good for 2. There's 2 points for her in the contest. 2:05 to play in quarter number 4. Brennan has it over to McGee. Pfister left side, guarded there by Hinseth. Off the leg of Schultz. It'll stay with Ponca.
Mentioned for the Ponca Indians play again tomorrow. Of course, for the Vermillion Tanager, the girls basketball team, they have the number 1 team in Class B coming up on Saturday. Centerville, look forward to that really good matchup. Of course, Centerville, I know Joe Van Gore and yourself, Cole, have gotten to see the Centerville girls over the past couple of years. Very impressive what they were able to do last year, winning a state title. And again, heavy favorites to go back-to-back so far as of right now this year.
That'll be a fun one. Again, the nightcap in the 3rd annual Vermillion Booster Club Holiday Classic held at the Sanford Coyotes Sports Center. All 4 games, all 3 years right here on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV. 1 o'clock, Crofton West Central Boys. 2:30, Crofton, Nebraska, the number 1 team in C2, as well as West Central Girls. 4 o'clock, Vermillion Tanager Boys and Mount Vernon Plankington, and then 5:30, number 1 versus number 1 between Vermillion and Centerville Girls. Again, all 4 games right here with myself and Heath Nimke.
Vermillion Girls trying to get some revenge after last year's top 5 matchup against Crofton. Things did not work out for the Vermillion Girls a year ago.
Avery McAfee with the steal, coast to coast off the glass, and good for 2 for Avery McAfee, 55-31. Johnson getting inside to Smith. Kick out, off back iron, no good for Hinseth, and the rebound is controlled by Ponca. Under a minute to play. Utah has it now. Brennan, top of the key. Over to McAfee, right wing. Top of the key now with Pfister. Over to Brennan. Baseline Utah, swinging all the way around. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. 3-pointer by McGee off the side of the iron and no good, and the rebound will go out of bounds. And possession to the Tanagers. 30.8 to go in quarter number 4. Lloyd Smith will dribble it up the floor. Pass it over to Richardson. Richardson blocked away, and it goes out of bounds and will stay with the Vermillion Tanagers. Richardson to throw it in, 19.8 to go here in Ponca High School, and it's stolen away by Avery McAfee. Coast to coast lay-in is good. Now 4 points for her all in this 4th quarter, 55-33. Smith has it with 5. Get it over to Kelly Schultz, and that is how the ball game will end. Your final score, the number one team in Class A in South Dakota, the Vermillion Tanagers 55, Ponca, Nebraska Indians 33. Tanagers will go to 4-0 on the season. Ponca will fall to 2-4. Again, they have another game coming up tomorrow to cap off the big stretch of games for the Ponca Indians. We're going to step aside when we come back, post-game stats and analysis, as well as a couple interviews. That'll be on the way next. You're watching Tanager Basketball from Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
Pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a checkmark, all in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to Ponca High School, Ponca, Nebraska. I'll give you some post-game stats and analysis here on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch alongside me, Heath Nimke. Vermillion Tanagers get the win tonight, 55-33 in the cross-state battle as they get the win over Ponca, Nebraska from Class C2 is your post-game show brought to you by Murph's Appliance, serving customers in Vermillion with low prices on home appliance products and top-notch customer service. Our knowledge of the home appliances they sell will set them high above the competition. Murph's Appliance in Vermillion. First stats for the Ponca Indians, 33 points. They were led in scoring by Carly Beckner, who finished the game with 12 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal for them. Other than that, it was very balanced scoring once you get past that. Avery McAfee with 4 points late in that fourth quarter. Elsie Keller, the leading scorer, finished with 5. Ava Voss with 2. Jalen Templeman with 5. Ava Brown with 1. Emerson Ellers with 4 points to round out the scoring. They score 8 in the first, 6 in the second, 9 in the third, 10 in the fourth quarter for their final score of 33 points. For the Vermillion Tanagers, they were led in scoring by Brooke Jensen, 26 points in the ball game for her, the USD commit. 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, and a block to round out the stat sheet for her. Casey Hansen, 10 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, and a steal for her. Taylor Rivers, 10 points, a rebound, 7 assists, 7 steals, and a block. Madigan Wallen, 4 points and 5 rebounds for her, as well as an assist and 2 steals. Maya Halverson, 2 points, a board, and an assist. And Amara Thomas had a rebound and a steal, as well as Delaney Smith got 2 points on the board late. They score 15 in the first, 16 in the second, 13 in the third, 11 in the fourth quarter, for their total of 55 points. Again, your final score, 55-33. The Vermillion Tanagers will move to 4-0 before they take on the number 1 team in Class B, Centerville, on Saturday, as I bring in my broadcast partner, color analyst, producer, DJ, whatever you want to call him today, Heath Nimke. Heath, tonight was really about Vermillion coming in and taking care of business, and at times it was slower than others, but still got the 20-point win.
Yeah, for Vermillion tonight, as you said, Cole, take care of business, and this was one of the first times that we saw this defense come out in a full-court press at times. We saw different things from this defense, things that maybe we have not seen yet this year, and I thought it was a very impressive performance of what they were able to do. Offensively, you see that final score of 55 points. You're happy with that. If you're the Vermillion Tanagers, you're happy with that as a coaching staff, but at the same time, there was that moment there in the third quarter. You can even look back to moments in the first quarter. Remember the first 2.5 minutes, only 2 points scored by the Vermillion girls. A timeout was called, and things got fixed by head coach John Brooks. But it's just those kind of small lapses that when you're going to see different competition in the state of South Dakota, we allude to what you could potentially be seeing coming up on Saturday, and even just in the rest of the season, of course, with the DAC 12 and this Region 4, Sioux Falls Christian, Lennox, Oak Point, Jefferson, a lot of big games left on the schedule. And can you go through those laws with that team, those teams in the region, in the DAC 12, and still be comfortable? And that will be one of the testing points for this Vermillion girls team. We're not asking them to go perfect, but that's the question you're left with as a head coach, and especially when it comes to the region, those are the games that matter the most, and those are the games that are going to be so important when it comes to postseason as well, of seeing where they're going to be put, and again, just battling through all the adversity. But so far, 4 games on the season, they can check off another one, and it's going to, again, be a quick turnaround to head out into the cold night here in Ponca, and a quick turnaround before they're back in the SCSC coming up on Saturday.
Again, the final score here tonight, 55-33. Vermillion moves on to 4-0, and for this Ponca, Nebraska squad, they're going to be promising when it comes up again. Just young team, new coach, busy week for them that also might have played a factor into this one. It's going to be, I really wish we would have gotten to see this game maybe when Ponca didn't have 3-4 games coming up in 1 week, but still, nevertheless, the Vermillion Tanagers, they get the win, 55-33.
Yeah, so excited to see this Ponca Indians team. As you mentioned, last year was really their big down year. With Bob Hayes in his last year here for the Indians, only 8 wins, but that was kind of to be expected. You're going to have every great basketball program that's going to have its dips and its lows, and for them it was last year, and now coming into this season. And one thing that was really mentioned by head coach Chad Clay of the Ponca Indians, he talked about, hey, we're going to keep a lot of things the same that Bob Hayes has brought throughout the program, but there's going to be some new changes that we'll implement throughout the years and even into this season. So watch out for this Ponca Indians team. Again, they're going to remain on the schedule for the Vermillion Tanagers. Of course, have them on the schedule for next season as well. But yeah, this is going to be a dangerous Ponca Indians team. Really looking forward to what they build over the next couple of years, and certainly we'll see them back in the C2 state tournament here in the state of Nebraska come in the near future.
And 55-33, your final score. Vermillion moves to 4-0 on the season. Ponca drops to 2-4. Let's get you some scores from around the state of South Dakota that we maybe missed the first time around. Again, Lennox got the win over Madison, 65-21. Number 4, Parkston defeated Chamberlain, 65-32. Flandreau over Beersford, 59-39. And then as the only game that was left on the schedule, as Bridgewater Emory, their game was postponed. Up in Dual, they were postponed. Iroquois, Waverly South Shore all postponed here tonight. And then there's some boys scores from around the state. A couple doubleheaders still going on. McCook Central Montrose leads Chester 16-9. Elk Point Jefferson leads Parker 26-13. 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Wagner leads Tripp Delmont Armor 29-21 at half. Platte Geddes leads Burke 49-18. That one's about to go final there. Parkson leads Chamberlain 36-16. Lennox leads Madison at the half 33-19. And Flandreau leads Beersford 19-11. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Again, 55-33 your final score. Heath, one last time, give you a quick preview. 4 games for you coming up on Saturday here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. Starting at coverage will begin right about 12:30, 12:45 or so as the first game's at 1 o'clock. The Crofton, Nebraska Warriors will take on the West Central Trojans at 1 o'clock in the boys' contest. The girls' contest between Crofton and West Central will take place at 2:30. Again, that is a Crofton team number 1 in District C2. Then we get to the Vermillion part of the doubleheader. Vermillion boys will take on my alma mater, the Mount Vernon Plankington Titans, beginning at 4 o'clock or roughly thereabouts. And then the number 1 versus number 1 at 5:30. The Vermillion Tanagers will take on the Centerville Tornadoes. Again, all games inside the Sanford Coyote Sports Center, part of the 3rd annual Vermillion Boosters Holiday Classic inside the SCSCs. Heath, should be a fun 4 games inside the Coyote Arena coming up on Saturday.
Looking forward to all the fun again. As you mentioned, Cole, our 3rd year, and again, we've been covering it since the very beginning of all of the games. So, talked about it earlier during the broadcast of getting those 3 different teams ranked number 1 in the state of South Dakota, or 2 teams ranked number 1 in the state of South Dakota, and also have another one in the state of Nebraska. Look forward to it. Should be a lot of fun as the season continues to come along, and get ready for that tournament coming up on Saturday.
As here on the post-game show, joined by Vermillion Tanager point guard, still call you the Mighty Mouse there, Taylor Roovers. That's still a nickname that kind of floats around a little bit.
Yeah, kind of.
There you go again. Big win for you guys tonight, 55-33, as part of your 3-game week for you guys, and you kind of just, play on Tuesday, play on Thursday, play on Saturday. Would you rather play these 3 games in a week, or would you rather play 1 game in a week?
I think 3 games is pretty good. Like, practice game. It's kind of a different mind switch there, but you got to get from one team to the next. But I feel like just playing 3 games is really fun.
Now, coming into the season, obviously graduated quite a few seniors last season. You bring in quite a bit of experience, but also some new players. How have you guys been able to mesh not only in practice, but so far through 4 games, you're 4-0?
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to mesh right away. You have to go game by game, and I feel like after a few of our games, we've gotten more together, and it'll just keep getting better from there.
And for you tonight, not as many points as you maybe scored, 10 points, but also 7 assists and 7 steals. Is that something you come into every game saying, I want to try to get 10 steals each game, or are you just kind of flying around out there on defense?
Just trying to do my part in the role of the game.
And now we look ahead, obviously a very big game on Saturday. You're going to take on the number 1 team, the Centerville Tornadoes out of Class B. Not only you're playing a very good team in Centerville, but you're also playing inside the Sanford Coyote Sports Center in a team that you actually got offered for this summer. How excited are you not only just to play in the arena, but also play a very good team in Centerville?
Yeah, it should be a good game, good environment. Our hometown should be a lot of fans. Centerville's really close, so it should be a good game.
Now, in those bigger arenas, is that going to affect you at all from maybe your shooting perception, maybe your passing perception, or are you just going in, getting ready to go?
I mean, it'll be a little different, but it'll just play the same role in every game.
Well, Taylor, thank you for joining us here on our post-game show. As always, best of luck to you the rest of the season, and especially on Saturday against Centerville.
Yeah, thank you.
And again, on the post-game show, point guard Taylor Roovers. And that about wraps it up here from Ponca, Nebraska, as the Vermillion Tanagers get the win 55-33. Number 1 team will move to 4-0 on the season. That wraps it up for me and Heath Nimke in all 4 games right here on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV, part of the Vermillion Booster Club and SCSC Holiday Classic. From Heath Nimke, I'm Cole Larsch. Everybody, please stay warm, stay safe. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your night.